the road and we're up the mist and soul. For the love of us, Uganda. This is the story's right. All I know, they shine bright. We all time is a mix of master. Make it out, no propaganda. Every pop started there. Feeling dry to see this tale. Talk the truth, but that's the brand. For colors across the land. For the love of cause, Uganda, we run. From dusty road to beams of control. Still break it down. Helping every double in the town. For the love, for the love, for the love of God. Pre-purchase checks, we lead the way. Track your car, no games to play. Restore the bus, drive into tomorrow. We bring the love, not just the horsepower. Is it more or the expired? Show you what's real, not just the hype. You say engine move, teaching move to just photos. Controls from the basics up. Trucking, giddy and car just stop. It's a new or it's from bed. For the love of cars, you ain't seen nothing yet. It's in money, I've been proud. It's more than just machines. It's the love, the life, the people. For the love of cars, I know we run. That's the road to lose control. Still break it down. They'll never never in the town. For the love, for the love, for the love of Good morning, my people. How are you doing today? I hope that your Monday morning is good. You know, I slept with more than I usually sleep. Even yesterday I did. But if there is one thing I've learned is that the more sleep you get, the more sleep you want. Okay, the more sleep you have. But most of them are talking about the 7 deadly sins, yeah? It's all something by my side. This is one of the most deadly. This is the deadliest corner. So guys, Sydney at also skipping. I have to buy another CD inside the Kenya Zona, including the new one. That's the trouble with CD. Or let me just get a technician to install the 360 cameras, because then I just switch out this radio and put the other radio. But how was your night, guys? The sound is not good. I think because we were on a Maram Road. I know now it's better, right? You tell me, then we're going to get a mass. So tell me if the sound is better, we continue. But today is Monday, and we are going to be talking about the 7 deadly sins. I briefly talked about the concept last Sunday when we had Amanda with us. Now it's better. Maram Road. You can't expect it to be as smooth as this, yeah? But now, Kumaram biba bidaram. Utamak nebirongoka. For the people that don't know, this is Bombo Road. And yes, before you ask me, this is how far I live. And also before you ask me, do I have to live there? Yes, I'm a grown man. So guys, the 7 deadly sins. Who knows about the 7 deadly sins as it's listing it out? The 7 deadly sins. Moyombia Mark Ngabulijo, good morning. Taremo Samuel, good morning. Yusuf Magala, good morning. Richard Wanga, good morning. Chovio Alex, good morning. Tale Samuel, Basic Chris. Brian Alfred Wandela, Louis, DJ Kapaja, Electronics. The Direct Shots, Paul Sema VIP, Karim, Travel Life Vlog, Kambes VIP Dokitari, good morning. Katamba Isaac Atende betuberene wala. Isaac ndoza kati nkujukize uwo. Travel Life Vlog, Bridget Kakai, Richard Aki, Motion by Benji, Chikawa Ricky. Good morning. Munange fahamu tuberene ne Isaac. Basara obera mchalo. And guys, all the days that I start my broadcast in Buzigamba nakedde kuveno. Every day mba nakedde kuveno. That's why I've said Leron never say no, because I've slept up to around 6:40, 6:50. That's not like me. Normally I'm awake by 4, and I have less sleep than what I have in my eyes now. I've slept a lot, but I feel so sleepy. So Simaya, but I have friends of mine that wake up at 8, and most of those guys wake up at 8, 9. There is a dude that I know that doesn't answer phone calls up to 11 a.m. Hey. So we were made to believe that the people that wake up early are the ones that make a lot of money, but apparently no. So I know someone that wakes up at 11. Callbacks start at midday. At 11 but alimu capital milioni 5 okitegeera alimu capital milioni 5 olunaku aleka yingiza milioni nga 4 mu magoba olunaku. It doesn't mean it doesn't really work hard kuba n'olukumi alwanira aba alwagala, but we have been made to believe wrongly. I think it depends on where you stand as a human being. And I also remember the time that I went to the UK and I went to London. So I went to buy clothes at 8 a.m. and I was told that the shops open. The shops there open at 10. I don't know if that's still the thing that happens. Morad came Mogwario. Tell us. Ida be chari over come. So at that time, I don't remember what year that was. Then I realized into Bali Burunji not because Vakeda. And of course, the millionaires and the motivational speakers are going to make you believe that Richard Branson wakes up at 4 a.m. Yeah. So Mugisha Fred has told us about the seven deadly sins. Muzisome, Muzitegere, because that's what we are talking about. Pride is the very first sin. Greed, lust, envy, gluttony, anger, and sloth. Isaac, good morning. Daniel Mwine, good morning. Mugisha Fred, morning. Nuaha Norman, good morning. So guys, the 7 deadly sins. I think the earlier theologians, Christian monks, they looked around. You see how monks survive? Monks survive by depriving themselves of a lot of things. And all the things that they deprive themselves of kind of align with the 7 deadly sins. Yeah? The 7 deadly sins. And Agagabe Uganda. Tivibaka. Basuraba yonsa misota. Nakurambula sightseeing. Bubalimba. Okay, I'm going to try and explain that, Ricky. So guys, the monks try to deprive themselves of a number of things. And let's just go through the sins and understand what they mean. And then we try to go how they mean money to me. 1, pride. Everyone has a bit of pride in them, not so? Everyone has a bit of pride. And by pride, I mean the excessive belief in one's own abilities or superiority. You get? The sin puts you above God. The moment you become proud, you may end up believe that you're more powerful than God. You may end up believing that you don't need God at all. And that's why pride is sin number 1. So the origin is that we consider it as the most serious sin because it led to the fall of Lucifer. Of course, there is a TV show called Lucifer, where Lucifer is not a bad person. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Lucifer is not really a bad person. in that series. And maybe even Lucifer, the one that was just away from heaven, maybe he too wasn't really a bad person. Maybe he just believed in himself, and the people that were around just ill-advised God that, you know what, there is a certain dude called Lucifer down there. He is too full of himself. We think he might want to take over. Maybe that's what happened. But about overtaking a solid line, it's not a very good thing. And they're doing so during a period when we have a lot of traffic, which is a very bad thing. So we need to understand that pride is, for me, I think pride is not actually a bad thing, but excessive pride is a bad thing. Being excessively proud is a bad thing, but pride is for me, I think it's a good thing. Now, what's the opposite of pride? The opposite of pride is humanity. So that's the first sin is pride. The second sin is greed. Greed means an insatiable desire for wealth, possession, or power. Greed is what has led to what is happening in Libya, what happened in Congo, what happened in what's happening in Israel, or with Israel trying to take over other people. You get. So greed is a very bad thing. It's rooted in human insecurity and the desire to control. You want to have control over almost everything. What is the virtue? The virtue is charity, generosity. You get. And which is why I think, like, literally everyone tries, every person that is assumed to be greedy tries to do charity work. Are very greedy. Go to Sobida, Kebere companies, the companies that make a lot of money, they try to give back through charity. That's why you see the Airtel Cancer Run, the Kawaka Bath Run. They are telling us that they're giving back to us. Apparently, they are not giving back to us. They're making more money. But that's what charity runs are for. That's why people go and buy kits, and then they go and run. They're trying to show us that, you know what, guys, we are giving back. We are not greedy. You get. The third sin is lust, which is the uncontrolled desire, usually sexual, yeah, but also for power and other pleasures, yeah. And so it means that you're literally distorting the natural course of love. So you turn affection into obsession. Yeah. So what do we get as the opposite of lust? Self-control. You need to have self-control or purity. Yeah, lust is the reason the guys that are in Europe, I think the reason why the red light district exists is because of the existence of lust. I think the reason why Mabito exists, I don't know where Mabito is, but I keep hearing Mabito. I don't know. But the reason why Mabito exists is because of lust. And then the fourth sin is envy. Jealousy toward another's success, possession, or qualities. So the thought stems from resentment of God's blessing on others. People get what they don't deserve. So you, as another human being, you start thinking that person that does not deserve what they have, maybe you deserve it. So what's the opposite of envy? Kindness and gratitude. You need to be grateful for what you have. The fifth deadly sin is gluttony. Now, gluttony is overconsumption, not only for food but anything. Gluttony. If you said when you want to eat all the time, you just want to accumulate. You accumulate cars, you accumulate land,
Right? So what happens is that the early monks saw it as a spiritual laziness that weakens discipline and kills compassion. You get, so you just want to get a lot of everything. You don't care if you'll use it. You don't care if it's useful. You don't care if you need it. Your goal is to get a lot of that particular thing. And then the sixth deadly sin is wrath or anger. So when you get intense rage or hatred or the intense desire for vengeance or revenge, you get, it's destructive for both sides, for both your soul and literally the community. Every time you get too angry, chikuria. So what's the virtue? Patience and forgiveness. I think if there is a sin that is really deadly for me, it is wrath. Yeah, anger. I get angry. I don't have forgiveness. I'm like Trump. You know Donald Trump yayogera ku vigilia, you know, guy wa mitana Kirk, Charlie Kirk. Trump yagamba that where he disagreed with Kirk is that his opponents, like Charlie Kirk wished his network in Jeko. The number in the bio is mine. Let me actually put the official business line, but you can call that one if you want inspection. If it's any other business of the channel, there is another number that you guys were calling for the convention. So guys, Donald Trump yagamba mukufa kwa Charlie Kirk that his opponents are his opponents. He does not wish them well. He wishes them failure. He wishes for me, even me, my opponent is my opponent. Sorry, network goes. And then deadly sin number 7 is sloth. Sloth means spiritual laziness or failure to do what is right. The physical, new one thing I've realized is that your physical body is as weak as your spiritual being. If your spirituality, or if munda mugwe, if your spirit is not willing to do something, your body will not do it as well. The times I've gone to the gym and my spirit was not willing to work out, I did not work out. That encouraged me to get weights at home, so that when I get the spirit to work, I work out at whatever time it is. So in early Christian monasticism, that's what they call it. Sloth means difference towards one purpose. You don't care about what you need to achieve. You get. And what's the difference of sloth? It's commitment and effort. So where did the 7 deadly sins come from? The concept was deployed by one guy Bamuitanga Evagrius Ponticus. He was a monk, yeah, and initially he had listed the 8 evil thoughts, yeah, and then Pope Gregory around the 6th century turned the 8 evil thoughts into the 7 sins that we have just talked about. And then later, there's another guy called Thomas Aquinas. He integrated them into the Catholic moral teaching, pairing each with the corresponding virtue. The virtues are the opposites that I've just given you. Kajam kaliro kalalamu, ngenanze kasala. Ngenda kasala. Kati no mulawa buno obudde. No mali buno obudde. Already mbera mu kibuga wakati. Sikyekyo. Ja okwebaka ennyo ku si kintu kirungi nnyo. So guys, let's talk about how the deadly sins, the 7 deadly sins, are good for us. Because me, I believe they are good for us. They are money. They are a gold mine. Henry Modern, just good morning. Chigozi Stanley, good morning. Nakunonya Chigozi. Ngesimu Teita, Amu Norman, good morning. Chris Fitness, good morning. Semakura Derek, good morning. So guys, you have understood what the 7 deadly sins are. Yeah. Now it's important for us to understand that you can, wherever you are, you can take a bully business in a way, bully business in a way. Let's just go through them, understanding what angle we can take. Land cruiser eri awo kagaraji kawo bagituna $15,000 n'abatunulira tetambula na kutambula yachamuka era kama mumanyi Land Cruiser zibandetedde ku $12,000 nga zitambula ate nenzigobanga mbi. Kama katonda wange. Let's talk about pride as the number one. Pride, omuntu aba yagala kuwulira nti yasinga amaanyi. And because omuntu ayagala kuwulira nti yasinga amaanyi, kitegeeza you're going to give them things, you're going to market things to them that make them feel like they are better than other people. Which is where luxury comes in. Status, you get. So for example, designers, yeah, luxury cars, high-end gadgets, the iPhone 17, yeah, personal branding, which together. So the business angle is that you need to be able to market status. You don't market products. Think about someone buying a Mercedes Benz. They're buying it because they are proud. They want to feel proud. They think they are better than us, the Toyota drivers. Which together. So when you're marketing, whatever you're marketing, Mujukida, there is this car dealership in Tinda. For them, they are taking advantage of pride. Pride. Which together, when people put on a certain type of shoe, a designer jacket, a designer, when people go for business class, it's pride. I am better than all of you guys in economy. When these our ministers have for escort vehicles with them, pride. They're trying to show us that they are better than us. Pride. So whatever business you're doing, you need to find out, are you going to be marketing the pride angle? Bunjo Faizo, my number is in the description of the channel, yeah? Just go to the about section of this channel, you'll get it. Now, I understand you guys want to give me inspection gigs, eh? I do pre-purchase inspection in case you're buying a car, you're planning to buy a car, and you want to get someone to help you, guide you, make the right decision. I'm your man. I am not going to do inspection for cars anymore when the person is not around. I find that it's harder for me. It's really hard. It's like me looking for my own car. There are things that I don't let sliding. I take going and they are not that bad. So anyone that wants me to look for a car in their absence needs to send me someone that is like them. Sorry guys, network the network is the problem. Tukomyeyo kambalinde muwere tulabe. Mother guy, omuntu ali ku board, eri board oyo board liko green, bali ko babiri. One is putting on black, the one in the rear smuggled. How do you sleep on a border when you're seated behind? They be seated behind ya today mabega na ya smuggled. So guys, we are talking about the sin number 3, which is lust. People that are taken over by lust, they want to be attractive, to get pleasure. And for you to be attractive majority of the time, you want to dress nicely, you want to look good, you want to smell nicely and stuff like that. So this is where most of the businesses in the fashion industry, cosmetics, fitness, entertainment come in. Era chobola the monks, the nuns, themselves is trying to look attractive. Chobola baba monk enviri zonna bazisarako ne bambala ebigandula n'abafather kwe kwambala ebigandula so that they are there just there. N'abasista kwe kwambala amagandula naye waliwo abasista bambala amagandula naye ngere mu gandula yo mutali si wa muzannyo okitegeera. But you guys get it. So the business angle is that you sell confidence and desire, not just appearance. You sell confidence and desire. So I don't know which angle of business you guys are taking, but that's the thing. Chobola babu mannequin ubera ne hips, mannequin ubera ne skinnies. On Friday, we were delivering a mannequin somewhere, and the mannequin has a perfectly shaped body. The mannequin is more perfect than all women. The mannequin, we yambala olugoye ebera class. So literally all women want to be like the mannequin. That's why they buy clothes that are on a mannequin, because the mannequin looks mannequin. So they buy those clothes, which they buy the earrings that they think are making them, but all that is lust. All that is lust. So they want to make other people lust over them. Now I know most people are going to deny it, but that's probably one of the reasons why people buy perfume. That's one of the reasons why women never have enough clothes. But you cannot find anything to wear. Well, because they want to be confident. Which they want, at least they want their husband to feel like they are the best. That's the reason why we go to the gym. For us that go to the gym. And then the fourth deadly sin is envy. Oh, envy. We want to feel like we are better than other people. Because you can't be better than other people. We are on a different path. We want to feel like we are better than other people. And the thing of wanting to feel like you're better than other people stems from envy. You're envious of what other people have. So they need to keep up, drives people to spend money. So you can invest in the lust industry. I mean the envy industry. For example, social media, Facebook, Twitter or X, Instagram, and the filters. Some people even pay for filters, by the way. And the influencer marketing you get. You want to, sorry, network about day to Jeko. Some of you guys, you're buying the latest phone because someone else bought it yesterday. So how do you make money off of envy? You make customers feel like they are part of an admired group, that those people at least are not better than them. Right? That's why people, manufacturers create limited edition cars, limited edition phones. Right? Like if you feel someone is going to buy that phone and you don't want them to be better than you, you go ahead and invest in a phone like that one. Some people put on Gucci because they don't want to feel like their friends. They don't want to feel like their friends that have the Gucci clothing are better than them. So they also go ahead and buy Gucci clothing to feel like, I am better than that person. Envy. The fifth sin is gluttony. Gluttony means that you want to overindulge. Yeah. That's why Cafe Java's introduced the big on breakfast thing, where you eat all you like. You can't finish the breakfast at Java's, and you can't finish it not only because it's a lot of food, but also because it's a lot of like spiced food. So eventually, the body gets tired of it. It's the reason why KFC makes a lot of money. Food Hub, Glovo, all those people make a lot of money because of gluttony. So some of the businesses that exist in that exploit gluttony, fast food chains, yeah, like Java's, which take it, abantu abafumba luwombo, abantu abatunda buffet ku lunch. All that is gluttony. And what's the business angle for you guys? You want to sell experience. Make sure that when someone believes that when they come to your business, they are going to have a lot of everything. They'll get a lot of pleasure. They'll get a lot of abundance. The reason why massage parlors show you that, well, you're going to get a lot of pleasure, including the happy ending, which they don't advertise, but we all know exists, is the reason why your woman will not allow you to go for massage, because she knows the happy ending will be existing there. It's not advertised, but it's implied. So era bw'osanga mukyala wo ng'akkiriza ogende ku massage, omanya akwagala nnyo era ayagala ogende onyumirwe, because you deserve it for massage only. So so the angle for gluttony, guys, you take advantage of people wanting. And then of course, number 6 is wrath. Wrath also goes to politics, it goes for gaming, it goes for protest culture and stuff. So what you're seeing in the election period is each of the political parties that we have in Uganda is taking advantage of at least one of the sins. The most popular political party is taking advantage of our anger, of our wrath, and we are voting. Even last election period, people voted because they are angry. So if they take advantage of wrath or anger effectively, eventually they will win. In Sudan, change happened because of wrath. So anger and frustration drive engagement, and engagement drives revenue for people in business. So example, we have controversial media coverage and stuff like that. We have an aggressive marketing. You get rants that go viral, action movies, competitive game. Some of you guys have been watching action movies because you want to see people winning. You want your favorite character to win. Game of Thrones took advantage of our anger. We got angry over omukazi ne muganda wabeerya ku beginning ya Game of Thrones bali babayita bani, mama wa Joffrey, tata wa Joffrey omutuufu. They were found having sex in the tower by a boy. Ne bakakasuka bakati naye tekaafa kalemala bulemazi bakawona spinal cord. You get it? So we had that anger from the beginning of the show. The anger, we wanted to see these people being punished for the wrongs they did. But they did not, apparently they did not get, yes, the man lost his, the woman also suffered, also to Sabak 360 view of the project Kamunari, inside and outside. You guys are getting the video of the project. Immediately when the project broadcast went, the broadcast is going to end in like the next 20 minutes. The moment I get off the broadcast, you guys are going to see the project car, don't worry. So the example, the business angle here is that you want to get people's passions and emotions, yeah, to act in your favor. One, because people have anger, you can take advantage by investing in gaming parlors. Whatever you see, how you want to guy abagenda ne bakuba emundu. Okitegeera, abagenda ne bakuba emundu. That's because they have wrath. They want to feel like they have shot at something, they have killed something. Okitegeera, right? Abana abazanya game is really serious online. That's one of the things that they are taking out. Mubalabi abana bagenda mu tai chi, taekwondo, ebyo bintu bwe biti abagenda okuzanya ebikonde. That's why abana bageta abasinga bayiga ebikonde. They have anger within them. So depending on where you are, you can decide to take advantage of the 7 deadly sins. Okitegeera. Mubagai, before network took me away, I was saying, fabamu kufe tuwagira ebibiina by'obufuzi bye tuwagira. Never candidate because we have wrath within us. We have anger. We feel like there is someone we need to get rid of, or a group of people that we need to get rid of. So that we bring in the people that we believe will do good for us. Let the Giovanni Olimba, it's not. Other football lovers, bagwawa. And by football lovers, buying a bit of wrath, buying a bit of gluttony, yeah, and pride, wrath, gluttony. That's what I'm thinking. They want more goals, which take it, right? They literally want to win, which take it. And then the seventh deadly sin is sloth, laziness. What we have done was a sloth to we can explain sloth by understanding that sloth is being lazy, or sloth is laziness, or the desire to ease. Or stegira. Sloth, as I said, seventh deadly sin, is taken advantage of by companies like Uber, Safe Border, which stegira. Sloth. Because people don't want to put in the work. Which take it, self-driving cars is a Tesla. They are taking advantage of the sin of sloth. Which take it. So the business angle is that you need to market simplicity. Let us do it for you. Babam kakea, badike ka modification. Which take it. Me, I don't think I think the only way I can take advantage of sloth is by pricing it premiumly. If I ever get an angle of where I can take advantage of sloth, I'll be very, very expensive. So guys, what's my final thought? The seven deadly sins represent human nature. Yeah? Understanding human nature is the key to marketing and profit. People keep buying land because they have that they want to have more land than anyone else. They want to be proud. Some people buy land even when they have no use for it. They are not even going to have any use for it in the next 5 years. Because but we need to understand that ethical marketers don't exploit the sins. They appeal to the desires behind the sins in a healthy way. You get them. Pride becomes the self-esteem, greed becomes ambition, sloth becomes efficiency. Yeah. Now let's just talk about them. But football lovers, tuli mo pride, tuli mo wrath, gluttony. Above all things, envy and greed have contributed to moral decay of our society. Envy and greed, yes. But they all have a solution, guys. Me, I'm not envious at all. If you have a bit of envy within you, cleaning companies, yes, Isaac. If you have a bit of envy in you and want to get rid of the envy, I find that the first thing for you to do is to understand that we cannot be on the same path. Okay? We have different circumstances. Once you understand that, I'll give you an example. I'm going to give you an example of two musicians or two singers. We have Navio, who had a very successful concert where he had a full orchestra. Yeah. And then we have a musician like Gravity or Mutuju. Okay. They both do what we want to call hip hop. Gravity's hip hop is the local kind of hip hop. Navio's hip hop is the uptown kind of hip hop. Okay. These two people come from two different sectors of society. Gravity Omutuju from a very poor family where he almost grew up on the streets, very little education. Navio comes from a very rich family where everyone in their family is rich. By virtue of being born, they have investments to their names. As a family, they even have a company that controls their wealth, a family that controls their real estate. Gravity Gravity doesn't have that by virtue of being born. He has to create everything. Navio comes from an angle of appreciation. It comes from an angle of understanding that there is abundance. Gravity, I'm talking about Navio, sorry. Navio comes from an angle where he has abundance. For him to feel proud, okay, to get more pride, he has to do charity work, which he is already doing. You and I have seen Navio in one of his, there's a video I saw him showing the public where his family owns a lot of land, but they left people to settle on that land, even build schools and clinics and all that. So for them, they can do that. Gravity, on the other hand, can't. Network yetukolako emikolo naye tulina omala broadcast eno mu buli ngeri. So a lot of musicians take advantage of one or a combination of the deadly sins to push out a message that and end up appealing to a very big audience. So yes, the 7 deadly sins might actually be sins that make us lose that